What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B High Radio Shout here, stepping in the building. I got a friend and family member to the show off in this thing. Champ, what up, though?
What's goody, my guy?
Hey, man,
How
feeling good, feeling great in this thing, Champ. Appreciate you pulling up on the player, man.
Definitely. Listen, let me give you your flowers. I appreciate you and all that you have and are still bringing to the culture.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Now, it's been a long time. We've been working it out in this thing, though. Champ, I mean, first of all, you know, you a bad boy, sir. Okay, I'm gonna start it like that. I mean, what kind of a guy can have a whole media company from inside a doggone jail cell, sir?
So let me clarify that, because there's some things I didn't clarify on the previous interview.
Okay.
In regards to that, so I don't want people to think that I'm the sole owner of this.
That's
I started this on my own.
Yeah,
it's not like that. My brother, Mr. Gyro, is actually the CEO and the owner of the YKTV magazine brand. Me and him known each other for a while, and you know, we swapped and talked about ideas of doing something like this while I was inside.
Yeah.
And he's somebody who is a super creator, a very, very like wise, like Buddha type person. And he was like, you know, I don't want you doing anything that's gonna bring you back into prison. So like, if this is an idea you have, I have the ideas I have, let's put it together and see what we can do.
Yeah.
And we wound up just over a year, 2 years of time putting it together. And he put in a lot of work, you know, physically, financially, you know, losing money, getting it back, like, and during that whole process, I learned a lot, and he also took me under the wing and supported my ideas. So like, my position with YKTV Magazine is I'm a director of marketing and advertising, and a co-founder as well.
That's hard. That's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, talk to me during those times, though, of creating that content while locked down. I mean, what was going through your mind at that time when you were like, okay, let me create this content and still be relevant to everybody in here and outside?
Well, the thing was, you know, I was in there, so I was able to see the things that were missing. I seen the void in the market. Like, there was other publications that were prevalent in there as far as getting information to us, because, you know, we didn't have internet access. Whoa. So rest in peace, K. Slay. He had the biggest magazine in the jails at that time, Straight Sun.
Okay, then.
And you know, I would just look over them, and I would be like, you know, being that I went into jail in 2014, I was pretty technologically advanced compared to my peers. Yeah. And I was like, damn, there's nothing social media based in here. You know, the quality of some of these magazines is poor and stuff like that. So, like, again, I talked to Mr. Gyro, and I'm like, yo, listen, I think that it would be a great idea if we started our own magazine that's of high quality. He knows like all the ins and outs of like producing something like that. So what he did was he went into the think tank and went and studied and did everything he had to do, and started putting these ideas together that we came up with. And essentially it just outdid everything else.
My God.
And rest in peace again, K. Slay, because he actually advertised us in his magazine, and he had the wave.
Oh,
so for him to do that speaks a lot about who he was as a businessman and just an individual in general.
Exactly.
And when the ad went inside the magazine, the 2-page ad, and it went all across the country and all the jails, we got a big response.
Damn.
A big response. My brother, Mr. Gyro, he sent out samples to people. He got a mailing list and everything, and we're just sending people shit. I was in the jail with samples, so I'm asking cats around, like, what you think about this? You know, doing that guerrilla marketing thing and research. And cats was like, you know, maybe you should tweak this and tweak that, da-da-da. So we listened to what the people were saying, and we made it specifically for them.
How difficult was it to get the magazines in the jail?
It's really not that difficult as long as you're following the guidelines.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? There's certain guidelines, like every state has their own rules. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So you got the local, state, and federal level. Like federal, they can't get no nudity. For the rest of the magazines that we create, they're available to go everywhere across the country, like the Viral magazine, which is the one with all the rappers and entertainment and social media stuff on it. We got XXX magazines. The XXX magazines are only for New York State Penitentiary, not the feds. The Foreplay magazines are the one with just nudity and no penetration, which is allowed in certain states across the country. I Love Girls, which are Instagram models that we shoot is allowed everywhere. Then we have a business magazine about how to get to the bag. Then we have a drip magazine about fashion.
God, yeah.
And we just created a podcast magazine. So you're gonna be highlighted.
I'm here for that. I'm here for that. Oh man!
So we cover the whole market, and that's the thing other publications don't do.
When it came to, generating the content though as well, when you're trying to get interviews and get people into the magazine, how did you go about doing that?
So that was like something me and Mr. Gyro worked on collectively, because it was people he knew out in the free world. And then I was in the prison around people who knew people that were rappers and stuff. One of the rappers in particular that I always talk about and I shout out, and we're still great friends to this day, is Benny the Butcher.
What up, though, Benny?
Yeah. What up, bro? Shout out to BSF and right now the Everybody Can't Go tour is happening right now, so tap in with him on that. But he was one of his good friends was in like a housing unit with me in the jail. Yeah. Shout out to my boy Lavelle Dubs, and what happened is the magazine was already moving, right? And he was like, yo, you need to get Benny on the cover of this shit. You need to interview him. Yeah. And he connected the dots through his brother, Lavish Jones. Shout out to Lavish. And they got me on the phone with him. Yeah. When I got on the phone with him, Benny, that's his demographic. That's where he came from.
Come on,
what I mean? Besides coming from the east side of Buffalo. Yeah. And, I got on the phone with Benny. We did the interview over the phone through Mr. Gyro. He got it transcribed and everything. Benny submitted pictures, and we put him on the cover along with Armani Caesar at that time to promote Tanner Talk 1, the first Tanner Talk. Yeah. And then we just kept a dope relationship moving forward. We promoted Tanner Talk 2, Tanner Talk 3, the BSF album, Long Live DJ Shay. You know what I'm saying? So we continue to do business together, and he really helped propel it, and we did a lot on our end for him as well. Exactly. It was him, Uncle Murder. I was in there with one of his peoples, so we covered the 2020 wrap-up in the jails, which did extremely well for Uncle Murder financially on JPay and stuff like that. We covered Doughboy, who's down with Future's Free Bands label. Man, the list goes on and on. Mano, Jim Jones, Dusty Locane, Dave East, Bobby Shmurda, Rowdy Rebel. Man, it's a lot. It's a lot of artists. Okay, but it was essentially him, my boy, Mr. Gyro, linking with certain people out there in the free world, and then me linking with people inside that just happen to know the artist. Exactly. So it was like a laws of attraction type thing.
Come on now. I mean, now when it comes to you and Gyro though, man, I mean, what all are y'all working on right now and cooking up out here?
Well, we gonna continue to do what we do. Like me, I'm the feet and the arms and everything. You know what I mean? I run around. I go to different events. I meet with different artists. I let them know what the power of the magazine is behind the wall. A lot of them know about it already. They just never met the individual that's a part of it. So in me meeting them, it's like, yo, let's do an interview, and we'll do an interview at a location in the city. I'm about to start doing more interviews out here since I come out here so often. That's right. And your ass be out here all the damn time. Yeah, I do be out here a lot. Yeah. So what we just doing is just continuing to catapult the brand, and we're transitioning out here in the free world as far as YouTube and all of those other platforms, creating shows that speak to the demographic, but also give wisdom and knowledge to the people out here about what happens behind the wall, and all the ills and criminal justice reform, prison reform, things of that nature, ways that they can give back to families of incarcerated individuals. And just running it up, man, and just continuing to push the needle. I had a conversation with Wallow not too long ago about the Reform Alliance and stuff like that. So we working on tapping in with that as well. Okay.